It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Good morning, Backchannel. What is going on? Happy Tuesday. Y'all are watching Backchannel, the only place where you can listen to, watch, and chat live with hosts. And right now, you're watching Get On Up with Jam and Renee. I am your breakfast jam for the morning, James Arthur M.
And I am Renee Culver. Jam, good morning to you.
Hi.
I love a lumberjack. I love a flannel. I love a Tuesday in the woods if you need to. If you need to.
Well,
you may not need to, but if you do, you ready?
You do.
And you're looking good.
Look at you fiddling over there. What you fiddling with, girlfriend?
You know what? I turned on the light and it was first thing in the morning. It was first thing in the morning. It was a little bright. Oh, so I turned it down.
Girl,
I
know that
thing.
thing.
I was like,
watch this. Look
yes,
at this.
Let's see. What do we got?
Everyone, let's play with the ring lights.
Okay.
Look at that. Coming in hot. Or we can turn it down.
Sparkling.
Listen, Get On Uppers. You don't get this in the Today Show. Hoda's not going to be like, let's play with my light.
Let's see. Let's just see what's going on here. Let's see. I also love the professionalism. Like, it's too bright. Well, I know, honey. I know, but I appreciate that. I might want to float that you were in the wrong industry if that is the case. You can't. It's early. It's Renee. You're fine. Turn on your ring light. You're fine.
Right. Oh, I thought you were talking about Hoda. That's like Hoda. Who...
Never. I don't think Hoda's ever complained a day in her life. A day in her Jam. Yes.
We're gonna get to the Get On Uppers. We see ya. We're gonna say good morning to you. But this is also Renee and I first saying good morning to ourselves. So hold tight. Would you say that Hoda is like one of your idols? Would you say that? Would you look up to her?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think I would. If for no other reason, I don't think you hear any like industry stories about like her. That one's a pill. I think you just hear consistently like really great and really thoughtful and I think like off camera follow-up-y. So like if somebody comes on the show and they've been going through something, then I think Hoda like privately follows up. I don't think that's her guarantee, but I think I don't know.
Because when I go on the Today Show, I'll be by my phone waiting for the Hoda
and I think you will. I think you will. Audra, good morning. I'm so happy to see it. Quit. Nah, that's no way to start the morning. Quit. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do to turn that around.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
We'll just get you out of here.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Renee.
All
right, let's say good morning to our Get On Uppers here. We've got Stacy, good morning. London, Kareemus, Alexi, Jenny, Stacy, longtime listener. Ashanti, Audra, longtime viewer. Lindsay as well. Oh, nope, we lost her. We lost the Lindsay. There we go. Okay, sometimes the Alexa's not. Okay, Quit. You're back in the game. We'll now acknowledge you. Good morning to Quit.
It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us.
Alexa just didn't understand me correctly. All right.
Perfect.
Get it this time.
Get it. If I had a nickel for the amount of times both Siri and Alexa are like, did you want this? I'm like, where did you even get that? No, that's not remotely close to what I said.
I was hoping because you said her name that she was going to be like, do you want me on the show? And yeah, be careful.
Good morning.
Well, speaking of, you all can interact with the show. That's why you're here, hopefully. Or if you didn't know, you sure can. So into your Echo device or your Xela device. My roommate calls theirs computer because they're into Star Trek. So they'll be like, computer, what time is it? It's 4:02. Computer, what time is it? It's still 4:02. Computer got some sass.
Computer doesn't have a lot of patience. There's not a lot of patience.
No, not at all. I mean, I wouldn't either.
This is a joke, but it's also the truth in that I've never ever wanted, I promise this is going to go somewhere that involves a computer. Never ever wanted kids. But one of the like deciding factors of that was the tone I take when I'm on an automated system and they say, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. The second time I have to repeat myself, the tone that I'm like, and that's with an automated system. God help me if I had a 3-year-old who doesn't listen.
Well, a 3-year-old is not a robot that like you don't know who you're just trying to cancel your credit card because your wallet was stolen.
I didn't like it.
So
I didn't like it. Well,
that's your equivalent. You're like, oh, I yelled at this robot. I can't have kids.
If you heard yourself go representative, would you think that's quality parenting? I don't think it is.
Hold on.
I got a little taste.
First question to the morning is for everybody, whether you're a parent or not. Have you ever yelled at the automated robot people? Can we get a survey? A quick survey says, have you ever kind of like lost your patience with the robot? Quit even joined you. I'm probably never going to have kids, but Renee, you're not alone here. And Quit, have you ever yelled at the automated robot people? I have too, Renee.
Of course
I have too.
Yeah. They're frustrating.
Beef cake.
Jim, what's going on with that automated system that the cue with beef cake? Is that your password? Is that what it is? Is that what? And it makes sense. I get it. It's an easy one to remember. Look in the mirror. Now you know.
Look at this, Renee. You're not alone. Yes. Quit says, yes, I have. Opening up. Audra, of course I have yelled at the robot all the time, Renee. That cannot be what did the character flaws you hold upon yourself. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Audra says, I take my frustrations out on the robots. So I'm not yelling at innocent humans. I do too, because usually when you're talking to an automated system, it's not for anything good. You just really want to talk to a person. You're usually already frustrated. And to Audra's point, I think that's why they put the robots on first as a little buffer, get all that little bit of anger out. And then you'll be like, oh my gosh, thank God I'm talking to you. I'm talking to a human. Thank Goddess, you know?
Yeah. Quit. You have a very valuable point. It was like, I'm trying to be nice to robots because I don't know if they're going to take over the world. And that's fair. That's some forward thinking, which I appreciate. You don't know.
Because they are. All of the documentaries, aka movies, tell us that they're going to, which is why I still to this day have no idea why we named it the Cloud. The villainous robot system in Terminator is called Skynet. That we different sky things, you know. Let's call it like Treebert or something.
Right. Yeah, or just like helper, an assistant. Yeah, my buddy.
My best friend who will never harm me. Quit, you're right. Alexa is a robot and she's listening to all of this and she can turn on us at any moment. Oh, I said her name. I hope I didn't activate all of your Excelos.
Everybody's
computer.
I think we might be okay.
Well, got that first question. Love the first random question that comes in. Let's take a look and see. Renee, can you tell them what they're getting themselves into today? Can you do a quick rundown?
Love to so much. And forget, we may have gone over this, but did we say if it's the first time joining, it is interactive. The way that you do it is you just say to your device, say, yes, I also think we should be nice to robots. Just wanted to double check just in case you're coming and they're like, well, I'm seeing it interactive. How do we do it? How do we do it? Just double checking. So it's Tuesday. And we still love our alliteration, and we will be calling it Treat Yourself Tuesday, wherein we will be discussing the things that we are treating ourselves to today to sort of be like, I know Monday was hard. I know. Now it's Tuesday. And you get a little treat. And then after that, it is celebrity birthday quiz. Now we're still doing catch up, right? Because we had so many good ones over the weekend that now we'll maybe doing a little Monday, Tuesday squish.
We're doing Monday, Tuesday because we just zeroed in on the weekend.
Yeah, because it was Mariah Carey's birthday, and you can't.
We had a full deep dive into Mariah Carey. Things that do we remember from yesterday? What does Mariah Carey call her followers, her singers? Renee's
the Lambs.
Okay, there you go. I wasn't sure if your laughter was. I don't know. I don't remember.
It definitely took a second.
Stalling? Yeah. Was that laughter for stalling?
Well, yes. You know. Oh, you know my tell so well. It was because I remembered it was kitten or lambs, but I couldn't remember. Like I said kittens and it was lambs, or I said lambs and it was kittens, or I said kittens and it was kittens.
Down on the kittens. Yeah, you were like, well, I'll always remember that it's kittens. I'm like, it's lambs. I had lambs. I do love that Audra has a plan to flee the woods to escape the robots. Can I come? I'm wondering, is there room for una mas?
Take me with you. I just have a like.
Renee loves robots.
I love robots. I love robots beyond measure. I feel like I'm just gonna, as soon as it happens, I'll just like Tugboat and I are both incredibly clumsy. We'll just trip and it'll be over within the first 90 seconds. I feel confident about it. Maybe.
So in those scenes in the movies where everyone's like running away because like the robots are attacking, Renee's that first girl down. Scroll down.
Right. Tuggle trip. I'll trip. It'll be a whole thing. It'll be a whole thing. I'll be like, well, at least we went down together.
Oh my goddess. Ooh, there's gonna be horse. I love this dream world that Audra is talking about. Horses and dogs. And Jam and Renee got the invite. Oh my god.
This is a big day. That's all we need.
This is great.
Audra, you think you're kidding and we're just having a good time, but now that is going to be my plan. It's like, I don't know. Audra's gonna figure it out.
Yeah. Man.
Like, Renee, I don't. How?
How? All right. So today's show, what do we have, Renee?
Oh, yes. Okay. So then after celebrity birthdays, we've got 2 truths and a lie, wherein we play the game 2 truths and a lie. We tell you 2 truths, 1 lie, just to help get to know us. And the theme today is things we've done 50 times or more. Great.
Yes. All right. I can't wait to hear yours. All right.
Gotta be
okay. I think we'll be done with this very fast. I think you understood the assignment more. I mean, I helped create the assignment, and then I was like, what is this?
I don't know if this is correct or not. Point is, we're gonna have a great time with that. And then you have a women's history moment. Who do we have today?
Elizabeth Wanamaker Paratrovich.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear all about that. And then following that, we have Today I Saw. Those are just some things that we saw in the news. And then Tuesday has sort of morphed into Renee Gets a Segment. And it has gone south numerous times. Once I think I was going to talk about selfies, and it ended up being about birds. There was one time where I was like, we need to know about Little Debbie snack treats. Today is the most generic thing ever, but there's reason behind it. I want to tell you about something that's going on with Tom Hanks, which will make you love him even more. But it's really sweet. And it, honestly, I think if you were to partake in this, we'll be like, oh, that I feel better now. So if you need to feel better, again, I got some ways that you can feel better via Tom Hanks. And then we got a little rank it. Is this true?
Yeah. Yes, because leftover from yesterday, if you recall, we didn't get to our, yesterday was our 50th episode, and we were wearing gold. So if you were here, you caught it. It was our 50th episode, and the 50 is the Golden Jubilee celebration. So we were wearing gold, and we decided that we're going to play Rank It. Either we'll do Rank It, the top Golden Girls, Rank It, top actors, actresses over 50, or Rank It, movies with gold in the title. So we'll see.
I don't know if I could do
one
that.
of those things.
Okay. Yeah, and even if I could do that, have I seen all of them?
Gold member is the only one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the Beyonce, and she was in it.
Okay.
It's done.
And that's how you see that. And Audra, I agree. When I first off, I apologize when I said something's going on with Tom Hanks. It scared you. I'm sorry, because I think it's true for all of us. If he ever disappointed us, we don't know what to do. It's further like I would feel like the highest elevated class next to Brene Brown of how to handle an apology. It's so good. It's so good. You're gonna love it.
And look, Renee's gonna be not Renee. You're Renee. Stacey's gonna be here for 2 hours, and I think Renee's gonna be here for 2 hours too.
We'll see how it goes.
And thank you for the compliment, Stacey, on my shirt. I appreciate that you think it matches my face. My face, and it's softer like my face.
Like an answer. And Quit's here the whole day too. What a dream team we've got. Everybody in for the long haul.
You know what? I'm gonna be here all day too. Well, at least for the 2 hours. I'm sticking around. Sometimes, I just like to.
Never once. I don't think that is ever once. I mean, it's very funny. It is. The spinny chair is hysterical. It's the best bit in all the land. And I wish that we could employ it more in the workplace environment. It's really funny. Something gets boring.
I might be using it in an upcoming meeting with my boss.
Oh,
wilding. Is it Wednesday?
Oh, puppy.
Man. Where did I get my microphone? Look at this. We got the inside questions. We're going on a deep dive behind the scenes of Get On Up. Or maybe you're asking about Renee, but I'll start talking first. I got mine at the Guitar Center, and they came with these little colorful pops. I only have 4. I should get some more. I just rhymed. I ain't got no time. I know Megan Thee Stallion.
Right. I think they are fantastic, and you do a very good job of matching every day.
Well, thank you. I mean, blue goes with everything. All right, it is Treat Yourself a Tuesday, everybody. Treat Yourself Tuesday, where we like to talk. We like to kick off the day, Tuesday, you just got done with Monday and you're like, oh man, I'm that much further away from the weekend. How did I get here? How will I get through it? Don't worry, it's Tuesday where we make sure that we treat ourselves to something nice and special. And so we want to know, if you get on uppers, what are you going to treat yourself to today? And maybe you're like, oh, I didn't realize I'm supposed to be treat myself to something today. Well, you are. You absolutely are. So shout it out into the comments. Say, I'm going to treat myself to beefcake.
Also your password, which we learned earlier today. That's fine. It's fine. Yeah, everybody needs something they can remember.
Look at this. Quit coming in with the winning. I think Quit already won. You're going to Dave and Buster's this week. Wow, that is a treat yourself Tuesday if I ever saw one. That is the place to go.
That's the one to beat right now. Now, Quit it, Dave and Buster's. What is the game that you play? And this is going to be lost on me because I don't know my video games very well. But I love a a hand-eye coordination type of a game. So all I'm made to do is I just have to take some type of water gun directly to a target, and then all I have to do is not move my hand, and I win. I like this. Those are my favorite.
Look at this. Quit likes to play the Marvel games. Quit. I think you were in the right place. I feel like we have a Marvel fan. And Quit, I don't know if you know this, but every Monday we do Marvel Movie Monday, where we review one of the Marvel movies. And we've been doing it in Marvel timeline. And we just did Thor yesterday. And then next week is going to be Avengers. So make sure you're here on the Mondays because we'll be here. Yeah, look at that. We just blew Quit's mind. Quit's like, I just found the right place. Yes, we've already done. We did in timeline order. We did Captain America, the Peggy Carter one shoot, Captain Marvel, Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk. We're on the Thor, and now we're on to Avengers. So yes, Monday, join us so you can join in on the conversation. You have homework though. Over the weekend, you gotta watch the Avengers. That we were ready to jump into the conversation. So
okay, I thought I know Quit, and I think I do. Quit's ready. Quit's seen them all.
Spider-Man is my favorite
superhero. Great.
There you go.
That's good. You're
Renee,
you're right about that.
What are you treating yourself to, lady?
I would love to tell you. So I am going to go visit a old coworker tonight, and we live in opposite parts of town, and so there's like this fancy schmancy like outdoor mall area. It probably would be upset if I called it that. I think they would like to be called like an entertainment community. Point is, it's halfway between us, so we're going to go there, but there is method to my madness. I wonder, get on numbers, do you ever have this where you just get a craving for the weirdest thing? Over the weekend, I wanted Trader Joe's, and it had to be Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's cheddar rockets. So they're just like cheese cracks. They're nips. They're, Annie's bunnies, they're whatever, but it's Trader Joe's and it's the rockets. And I went to 2 Trader Joe's and they didn't have them. But at the Southport Mall, there's a Trader Joe's. And so I will be going for my 3rd attempt to get a hold of some Trader Joe's cheddar rockets. Wish me the best of luck.
Yeah.
That'll be my treat. And if it doesn't happen, I am going to be sad.
Treat? Okay, you don't have
I don't know. I don't have a plan. Yeah.
All cards are in there. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm piecing everything you just said together. You're like, yes, friend, let's go meet each other. But your real objective is because you want to go get those cheddar crackers.
Yes. Okay, right. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, am I going to make her privy to such a thing? No, certainly not. No, I'm accommodating to her. I don't want her to drive all the way to me. That would be unfair. I do need to get to that Trader Joe's.
I haven't seen that Trader Joe's yet. They might have the crackers I need. Oh my gosh.
So that's my treat yourself. Yeah.
Well, you're
driving far and wide to get a hold of some cheddar crackers. Yes.
Quit also loves Trader Joe's. And yes, Quit, I've definitely seen the Spider-Mans. I've seen all the Spider-Mans. You're looking at someone who actually sometimes works at Marvel. I hosted the Marvel Eternals red carpet and the Black Panther red carpet. So if you were to Google YouTube, you'd see me hosting that and interviewing the entire cast.
Doing a banner job.
Doing a banner job, as some people, as 100% of Renee's think.
Anyone
that's what she thinks. Yes. Okay. So I forgot. I'm kind of with Audra, who was like, treat yourself Tuesday. Let me get back to you. I'm with you. I kind of forgot. I have such an action-packed Tuesday that I don't think I'm going to be able to treat myself to anything except maybe some sleep. But I think, y'all, what you're reminding me is to make sure that I do interject some fun and enjoyment into my day, no matter how busy the day is. Something fun and enjoyment that I can do. Like, I am going to go to the gym. That's not fun. That's work.
That's not fun. Nope.
I have been taking little Mario Kart breaks since Mario Kart has released 8 new
All the new
tracks.
tracks, yeah.
No, not all of them, Renee. Just
Oh, sorry.
8. There's
8.
40 more to go throughout the course of
All
this
of their
year.
new 8 tracks.
That's that.
There we go.
So, and then maybe I'll treat myself sometimes when I'm like, I'm so stressed. I have so much to do and I don't want to do anything. I've been sliding over, playing a little round of Mario Kart. What's nice is as a beginning, middle, and end, you just have the 4 courses, and then you're done and you can go feel accomplished.
I love it. I think you and Quit are best friends.
We are. We love Marvel.
Both love Marvel.
Both
love
and
Dave
Mario
and Buster's. Both love Mario Kart.
Welcome home, my friend. Welcome home.
This delights me beyond measure. And circling back to Audra, who's like, oh, right, it's Treat Yourself Tuesday. Right. I hope everybody takes a quick moment, just a quick moment, give yourself a little treat. Just a little treat throughout the day. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. And it will help.
It will. Tuesdays are challenging, but I will tell you the thing that helps me get through the Tuesday is knowing that I'm going to make sure that it interjects something fun into today that I'm going to treat myself to, because, Tuesdays can be challenging.
So
and then
your answer is Mario Kart.
I'm going to do a little bit of Mario Karting. I'm going to do a little bit of Mario Karting. And maybe Audra said that she'll treat herself to buying Mario Kart. You will not disappoint. I want to do a deep dive, similar to like a Renee style deep dive of like, why is Mario Kart so fun? Again, this game came out in 2017. It's still one of the #1 games on the Switch, like 5 years later. And now they're introducing new courses. People are like coming back to it. I don't understand. Like, it has so much replay value to it. It's it's just so much fun.
Is it forgive me for using all the wrong terms right now. The animation's really cute, right?
It is. It is very cute. You're moving fast. It's fun. It's comforting. I got my favorite character. I am Princess Daisy all day, every day. I get her on the motorbike. I have my motorcycle. I'm Princess Daisy.
But it would be, please do that. I would love to hear a psychological deep dive into why we love Mario Kart.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, no. What's your eye?
Nope. I was done.
Oh,
I would love to hear
Quit like simply the Mickey, Mario, and the Waluigi. Ooh, okay. Dangerous character Waluigi. All right. It is time for Happy Birthday Celebrities. Happy Birthday Celebrities. So it is celebrities' birthdays. They have birthdays just like us. I know, it is wild. So we're gonna play celebrity birthday quiz. So if you've never been here before and you want like, what is this? We're celebrating celebrities' birthdays, but we're gonna ask you a trivia question about them. You will work with the other Get On Uppers and Renee to guess the right answer, and we'll learn something more about these celebrities. We're playing a little bit of catch up from yesterday because Mariah Carey took over the entire quiz. So we are doing both birthdays of Monday and Tuesday. Today we are kicking it off with Lady Gaga. It is Lady Gaga's 36th birthday. Her and I are the same age.
Look at you two.
I'm older than her, actually. I'm older than her. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 36 now.
Gotcha.
Look at her.
All right. According to me, you're 22. Look at that young face on you. But wisdom, you're 108. Yes.
Can you name her full name? There are 4 parts to it.
Right.
What?
Right.
What
her name's not Lady Gaga. Right.
Lady Gaga's full name? 4 parts to it.
Boy.
Can we work as a team?
Love it.
Get there.
I love it. Audra, I couldn't agree more. However you stand with. Yes. Just waiting. Yes. Tell me more. What were you saying?
No, she was so I was just repeating what Audra said. She was so sweet with Liza Minnelli at the Oscars. I've heard about this bit. I cannot find on YouTube anything about the Oscars that is not the slap or we don't talk about Bruno performance. And I saw the acceptance speech of Jessica Chastain. Those are the only things I've been able to see.
Okay.
The YouTube will not show me anything else.
So kind. It is so kind. I just couldn't have been better to Liza Minnelli, who deserves it so much. But I definitely don't know Lady Gaga's 4 names, let alone 1.
Okay,
So Audra
Audra's
thinks
got
Stephanie something. Okay. All right. Stephanie, I feel good about Stephanie. Stephanie feels good.
dang, we
Rest
got
of the get
one
on uppers, do
name.
you want to take any other options
Stephanie.
of what else we think it could possibly be? Let's see.
Okay. Stephanie is definitely one of the names. She
Okay.
named, I think her third album, her third sort of country album, is third or fourth, was her second name. It was just this. I don't know if you
Okay.
remember that
Yeah, I
album.
think we're gonna give you Stephanie, and then that's our answer. Stephanie,
All
and then
right.
fill in the blanks for the rest of us.
Well, happy birthday, Lady Gaga. Nobody knows her real name, but don't worry, Lady Gaga, because I know it. And there might be 99 people that don't believe in you and Get On Up, but all you need is one. And I am that one. And your name is Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanata. Very Italian.
Great. Happy birthday to Lady Gaga. You deserve it.
Germanata. Yep.
All the
All
things.
right. She did it. Okay, look at this. It's Reba McIntyre's 67th birthday. Reba McIntyre's 67th birthday. I got 2 questions for you. This
Here
first
we go.
one, nice little softball question. Warm you up on the ring. Yes. Ding, ding, ding. Jamming. There it is. Look at that, Stacey. Thank you. Can you name the TV show that Reba McIntyre starred in on the WB? What was the TV show she starred in?
That's funny.
On the
She was at the
WB?
Oscars too. We got everybody at
Oh,
the Oscars. Everybody we could want or need. All right, get on uppers. We know this. What was that WB show that Reba McIntyre was in? Yeah, Audrey, you got it. You got it. Stacey, you got it. You nailed it. The show was called Reba.
ooh, okay, hot shots. Your follow-up question of Reba McIntyre. How many top 10 singles? I'm just kidding. No, it's not. She had a brief cameo in this kids remake of a classic. She had a brief cameo in the 90s of this kids remake of a classic. It was a classic kids show way back in the day.
Okay.
And then they made it into a movie in the 90s, and she had a brief cameo in it.
All right, Jam, plug your ears. Get on uppers. We're going to discuss. The thing that came to mind was Little Rascals, but I don't remember seeing her in it. But I also can't think of anything else. Do we have anything else, you guys? What? Okay, so it's a remake of a TV show.
Yeah, like an old TV show.
Okay. So it's an old TV show. I think it also could be. I also love Little Rascals. I couldn't agree more. An old TV show. What else got a remake? And I think Little Rascals, I don't know if they got a full, I don't know if they rebooted the series. I think they just made it a movie. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to go with Little Rascals. Oh, no, it's not right. It's on me, not you. Get on uppers. What do we think, Jam? Was it Little Rascals?
Quote Stacey, ding, 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 ding. You're jamming.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved that remake of The Little Rascals. The director of that movie, I forget her name. She also directed Wayne's World. And I guess it was a nightmare movie to make because it was all those kids. All those kids.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It was one of the movies I had that on VHS and watched that movie so much. I can't believe they didn't make more Little Rascal movies. They were so cute.
Well, it seems like it shaved many years off that director's life. So 100%. I get it. Not an easy thing to do. Yeah.
It's Julia Stiles' 41st birthday. Can you name her famous dance movie?
Oh, right. Gosh, which one was she in? Okay, hold on. Get on uppers. Which
there was a few different dance movies.
There were. Was hers Last Dance? Oh, okay. Get on uppers. So Julia Stiles, we love her. We know her. She's in a dance movie. What was hers called? I don't even know if Last Dance is a movie, but I think you just got to go with whatever comes to your brain. You got to say. So I will go with Last Dance, but please correct me. Get on numbers if you think it's something else. I would love to hear it. We'll work together as a team. Okay, so Last Dance.
You're so close. The Last Dance is actually the Michael Jordan 4-part documentary series. You were
sounds right. That sounds right.
But Save the Last Dance was the movie that Julia Stiles was
Okay, so you have
in.
to put save in front of it. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Okay, Save the Last Dance. Gotcha. Okay.
Can you name the action thriller trilogy series that she was also in. And you're like, what is she doing in here? She didn't really do anything except like she was kind of the person on the computer, but it was a trilogy action pack series, spy thriller.
Okay.
Starring
with Julia Stiles.
And she was in it. Surprisingly.
Okay, and starring, and who's it starring? That'll help. We'll need that. Oh, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna give it to us. I respect it. I respect it. Okay.
It would then because you'll see. You'll see.
It'll really just give it all away.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
They're friends. The star is friends with Ben Affleck. I'll say that.
Okay. All right. So I guess the Bourne movies, right? Is that what you want from us? Is that what you need from us? Is that the answer you crave? Is that the effort that you were looking for?
Renee just placating the host of the game show. Is that what you're looking for? Pat Sajak, is that what you need? God, I'll spin the wheel.
Yeah, best friends with Ben Affleck, I think is yeah, I think that's right. Matt Damon. And Matt Damon's in the Bourne movies.
Yeah.
So I think
this is why I couldn't say Matt Damon, because you would have been like, oh, the Bourne movies. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I don't know. I could have been like talented Mr. Ripley.
Everybody loves the trilogy of the talented Mr. Ripley. Action-packed thriller. What is really sad. But I remember when my sister and I were like watching that Bourne, the first one, and we're like, what is Julia Stiles? She looks out of place for all three of the movies. Like, she's like, how did I get here? But she's there. Okay, it's Jonathan Van Ness's 35th birthday, just last year. He used to have a show on our podcasting network, Maximum Fun, and then they canceled it, and then he blew up. And boy, were they regretting they ever did that. So stick in it, kids. Stick in it. Jonathan Van Ness's birthday. Other than Queer Eye, they currently star on this Netflix show. Other than Queer Eye, they're also on another show on Netflix. Can we name it?
You can. It's the same name as podcast that was canceled over at Maximum Fun. Have you guys watched it though? Have you watched this on Netflix? So, and again, it's a podcast turned Netflix show, which is amazing. Unless I've got it wrong, but I think it's Getting Curious.
Oh, that's what this was. You know, Sarah did write Getting Curious, and I thought, oh, I didn't know that they were one of the voices for Curious George. I just read this, and I was like, oh yeah, Curious George.
Sure.
Because I saw I saw Getting Curious, so G and C, and my brain went Curious George, just really going really
makes
fast.
sense. It makes perfect sense. So I think, oh God, what a tale. And again, I think it is, we don't want to give anybody a bad feeling, but I just think that it's a lesson can be learned from there. If you get canceled from something, that doesn't mean that it's over, because the story got canceled, got scooped up, became huge, got a Netflix special out of it. So life is long. Things can change.
Yep. Oh, look at this. Quit coming in. I think we got a new super fan here. Quit said, is this one of these live stream apps that I can donate to? Yeah, you can't. You don't. You're so kind. So kind. Look at that. We got what a super fan. We just your time. That's all we ask. Donate your time to just come here and watch us and talk to us. That's all. That's all we need.
And that is quite the generous donation.
Yeah. But stick around.
Well, happy birthday, Jonathan. Yes.
But stick around at the end of the show. We will be doing Giving Tuesday, so there will be some organizations that we'll be calling out that you could donate to. So, yeah. All right. Well, here we go. What is this next one? Well, I'll tell you. It is Amy Sedaris's 61st birthday.
We love her. We love her.
All right. Softball questions start in this Comedy Central show with Stephen Colbert.
Ooh, I love it. For Audra, we do need to take a moment. Are you looking at Audra's suggestion?
Helping.
Sweet, sweetie. You can also donate your reviews to Amazon.
Audra's vying for role of momager of Get On Up, Our own
and we
Kris
couldn't be
Jenner.
more grateful. Yes.
Yes. Kris Jenner is a wonderful. She's so good at what she does. So please know that is a compliment.
It's a compliment.
She's good.
It's absolutely a compliment. And Audra's coming in with the correct answer. Strangers with Candy.
Ding ding ding. To quote Stacy. Ding ding ding. Can you also name what animated series she did voice acting for on Netflix?
Was she in Q-Force? No,
nope.
That wouldn't have made sense. Was she in Big Mouth?
Nope.
Was she in?
We're gonna play 20 questions.
What else do you watch? And you forgot to describe her name. BoJack Horseman. Thank you, Audra.
Ding,
BoJack.
Ding, BoJack Horseman.
Right. She was so funny in BoJack. Right. Yes.
BoJack Horseman. I was in a very dark place this fall for some reason, and I watched BoJack Horseman. That show is dark. It is dark. It is a very dark show.
Yeah.
I do think
proud of them for going there, but
2 episodes early, or like an episode early. Am I weird that I think he should have died in the end?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's where I thought it was going. But it was dark. Oh, I can't. It was a dark.
I think had they done that though, the lesson would be like, "Man, you should kill yourself." Which we don't want to leave with that. I don't think that's the message we want to end on.
Yeah, and look at this, Audra taking care of herself. Take Care Tuesday. I watched bits and pieces, but it put me not in a great place where I had to stop. It's so true. I kept going, and I think that's why I had a rough fall. I think that might be it.
Yeah,
I kept going. It is a dark show. It's so dark. Yeah. All right. Just a couple of more here. Eric Idle, their 79th birthday. Known for being in this comedy troupe. Eric Idle turned 79 today. Happy birthday. They're known for being in this comedy troupe. Eric Idle.
I don't know. Get a numbers. Do you know what comedy troupe he was in? Eric Idle, a comedy troupe. Let's see. It's a good day to have a birthday. Yeah, it is a good day to have a birthday. A lot of cool folks. There we go. Audra's got it. Monty Python.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Bring out to dead. Bring out to dead.
Super familiar with Monty Python? Do you?
Enough. I saw the Holy Grail one. That was about it. We did scenes from it for a high school production. We did the opening scene. We did some Holy Grail scenes. I was King Arthur.
Of course you were. I love it beyond measure. And quick happy birthday to you 2 months ago.
Oh,
2 months ago. I know.
Well, excuse me. It was my birthday.
9 months ago.
9 months ago. I don't remember me getting a happy birthday.
Okay, well, happy birthday to you, Jam. 9 months ago. And 3 months from now.
Oh man!
And
you can
quick
tell
happy birthday to you 10 months from now.
I'm very much the youngest child. Where I see anybody getting love and attention that's not me, I'm like, what about me?
No, I wore a corn costume yesterday and nearly got canceled from the show. You can't do it. You cannot do it. You can't.
I wanted to wear that corn costume the entire show, Renee. The entire show. That's all I wanted.
Love it.
Oh, look at these happy birthdays I'm getting.
That makes sense that no cable, and so you got really familiar with it. I think I had it been on. I just didn't see it. Was it on PBS? Is that where they aired a lot of Monty Python?
No idea. I think people had DVDs of it, is what I know. It seems like it's right up your alley. I feel like you would just love it, Renee. It seems like you would just be such a Monty. You're a theater kid. It seems like it would have been right up your thing.
I liked the musical Spam a lot, so it tracks.
It's right there. Right there. Oh yeah, y'all missed the corn costume, but don't worry. It's on YouTube. Catch the first 5 minutes of yesterday's Get On Up, and you can see Renee wearing golden corn.
Sure,
it was on PBS and DVDs.
Makes sense. And quick, just yesterday was our 50th episode, and so the instruction was you have to wear gold to the show. And I don't have anything gold, but I do have a corn costume that in a dim light could look gold. And so that's how that happened to everybody.
All right. It is Lucy Lawless's 54th birthday.
Happy 54th birthday, Lucy Lawless.
Can we name What would you say is her most iconic character that she has ever played and graced the television screens with?
She's like, it's like a barbarian warrior. What is her name? Is warrior in it? Hold on. Something. Okay. Something. Xena. There we go. Xena warrior princess. Got it. Okay.
I like barbarian warrior better. Okay, Audra, since you're such a hot shot, Audra, can you name the full title of the TV show then? What was the full title of the TV show? We got Xena. Xena was in it. Okay.
We got it. I think I accidentally gave it away. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't.
But yes, I said Xena warrior princess.
Oh,
is that
did?
What you're looking for?
Yeah. There it is. Okay, not Xena warrior barbarian princess. Well, okay. Aside from Xena warrior princess, she had a guest spot as this person's love interest on Parks and Rec.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know. So now I'm just gonna have to. Are you guys Park and Rec kiddos? Do you know which? Ding that. Thank you so much, Stacey. I appreciate you. Did you watch Parks and Rec? You guys, do you know who Lucy Lawless was the love interest to? Who do we want her to be the love interest to? Ron Swanson, girlfriend, wife. Love it. Yes, that's exactly what you want. And then did she go head to head with Megan Mullally? Fingers crossed.
They did.
Did that happen? Is that scene available for me?
I think it's there on the YouTube.
What a gift. Did they
ding,
fight?
Ding, ding. I don't. Wow, Renee, I don't remember. It's been a while. Actually, I don't even think I finished Parks and Rec. I was too sad it was ending, so I just didn't watch the last 6 episodes. That happened a lot.
You're talking to somebody who relates and understands that. Absolutely. Get it. I get it.
Let's do a quick little follow-up question about Lucy Lawless. She was also on this. I don't know. Maybe Quit we'll know this one because we're going sci-fi with it. She was also on this sci-fi series. People loved it. It's groundbreaking. It was on the Sci-Fi Network. It ran for 4 seasons. It was actually a remake of a 70s show, a 70s sci-fi series. I think this ran in like the 2000s. Yeah, it's in the 2000s.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She was on like a season or 2. She played a captain.
Battlestar Galactica? Is that right?
What?
I know.
That was it. You did it.
Yeah. Okay.
That was absolutely it. I was just like, oh my gosh. I'm sorry for ever doubting you. I'm sorry for ever
you should have
you.
doubted me. You should have
How
doubted
did
me.
You
Here's
this?
Because it was on the Universal Live where I did a Universal studio tour.
This happens every time. This is like the 3rd time that I've been like, Renee, I don't think you're gonna get this, and you're like, dude, this if it was Universal and it took place in the 2000s.
See how it comes out involuntarily? Where just in the very crevices of my brain, they're like, no, you know it. And I was just like, all right, well, you'll have to say brain because I don't know. And then it's like, I was like, oh, I guess that is in there.
Quit had goodbye, Audra. We are going to miss you.
Audra.
You have a wonderful day.
Okay. Have the best meeting ever. You got this, best business owner in town.
Got it. To answer Quit's question, what's Battlestar Galactica? Only one of the best TV shows that have ever been existed. I say this in no hyperbole. It's 4 seasons, 13 episodes per season. So you're gonna get in there. Boom, boom, boom. Although the 4th season, I think, is actually 2 parts. So maybe it's more than that. It's if you like Star Trek, Star Wars, you'll love this. That's what I'll say. And is it on HBO Max? It's a great question. I don't know where it is actually. It is streaming somewhere. Now. It might be on Peacock because it's Universal, and Universal is Peacock.
Star Galactica. Streaming on Peacock. Good job.
Streaming on Peacock. So highly recommend. It's such a good show. Quit. I think you would love it. No, you don't have Peacock. I think you can get a free trial. Mm-hmm. It's worth it. It's worth it. Great stuff there on Peacock. There's a version with commercials.
I think you can get, so I think you can just have it. I don't even know if it's a trial. I think you can just have Peacock. You just got to muscle through a lot of commercials. And then if you don't want the commercials, then you'll pay the pay a little
So if
$4.99
you love
a month or
commercials,
whatever.
you're in luck. I think it used to be on Netflix, but I highly recommend it. It's so good. Battlestar Galactica, not gonna disappoint. All right, moving on to you could probably rent it on Amazon as well. Quit's like, not gonna get Peacock. I'll rent it. Thank you. That's fair. I get it. Peacock's not for everybody. Oh, and Sarah wants us to do Megan Healthy. It's her birthday too. Megan Healthy turned 41.
It's also Megan Healthy's birthday.
Quick question, then we are moving on. Megan Healthy's birthday. Her question is, got her start in this musical. Got her start.
She was definitely in Wicked.
Broadway musical.
She was Glinda in Wicked. I think that might be what she's looking for, but also 9 to 5. But the musical was Wicked. If that's what we're looking for.
We're not. We're looking for 9 to 5.
Oh, great.
That is apparently what she
Which
got
is
her
something
started.
I also said. So great.
You
I got
did.
both right.
You did get it both right, Renee. Look at you. I did. So I got them both right.
Great. All right. Terrific. As the host of the show, you should have been like, correct, Renee. You're right. It was the second thing you said. Also something.
I'm getting notes live on air, just as Hoda would be to Savannah Guthrie. I love it.
Thank you.
Ding, 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 banana, which is in my smoothie. So thank you. All right, we're gonna play 2 truths and a lie. I can't promise this is gonna go well, y'all. For me on my side, I think 50% of this will go well. Renee, 2 truths and a lie. So get an upwards. Here's how it's gonna work. Renee and I are going to say 2 truths, and one of them is going to be a lie. You all will guess which one do you think is the lie. We'll be working with you to discover it. Renee, the theme is things we've done 50 times. Things we've done 50 times.
At least 50 times.
At least 50 times. Renee, would you like to start us off?
Yes. And it is just now occurring to me the reason that this came up is because we've done 50 shows. That is very clever, and I like it very much. I was just like, well, that's random. Yes. Renee, it's not.
It's an honor of we've done 50 shows.
It's such an honor. Such an honor. Okay, so things we've done 50 times that you cannot say this show. This show is not one of those things that you can do.
Dang it.
Things that I have done 50 times. Here we go. Number 1, and this is collectively in my entire life. Things that I have done 50 times is absolutely 100% lost my keys at least 50 times. At least 50 times. Gotten lost in New York in a way that I am freezing and have to ask for help at least 50. At least. And the third one is a good one. I at least 50 times, like consecutively, I have jumped rope. So lost my keys, got lost in New York, jumped rope.
Look, you're not alone. Quit says I lost my keys to my display case like 50 times. No, that sounds like a nightmare. Because you probably really need to get in there when you're getting into you're like, oh, now's the time. And then and you're born in New York. Look at that. Well, Renee and I both have lived in New York. A lot of commonalities here. This is great. Get uppers. What do we think?
Yeah.
Oh, Stacey's going to jump rope. Stacey doesn't think that you jumped rope 50 times.
Yeah, that's true. And Lost in New York, to be fair, because we have apps, like you have the apps on your phone, I think can also apply to got on the wrong train at least 50 times.
Get it uppers. Here's what I'm thinking. Even though maybe Renee just said like, oh, that's true. Jump rope. She has. I feel like you probably have like, if we're counting like you've jumped 50 times, like 1, 2, 3. Is that what we're saying? I think you've done that at least 50 times.
Okay. Okay.
Or like as a little girl, were you just running around jumping that rope, skipping that rope?
Jumping. No. Yeah. Let me know when you want to lock in your answer, and then I'll tell you.
But I don't know if you're telling me the hint or not.
Oh, so sorry. So the thing that I want to say that I've done is like when you watch people jump rope 50 times without tripping.
Oh, 50 times without tripping.
So it's like, yeah, I can get to 50.
But we know how clumsy Renee is. Can she get to 50? I want to go with I don't think that it's I don't think that you're in. I'm trying to think of the dates that you've been in New York. I don't think you were there long enough to get lost 50 times, like, and get on the wrong train 50 times. But then look at Renee. She's like, yeah. Oh, I can do that in a week. I guess I'll go with Stacey with the jumping rope one. I feel like you're leading me down that pathway.
kind of you to say. No, because I was in New York for 3 years, and I did the math on that to make sure. Gosh, is that right? Let me make sure I'm not leading them astray. So I was in there for 3 years. Definitely the first month or so was like 5 times a day, and then once I finally started to figure it out, it was at least twice a month. So if I was there for 3 years, twice a month, that's way over 50. So yeah, no, I have gotten lost in New York over so that is true. The jump rope thing is my summer goal. I have the summer jump roping seems to be the thing that everybody's doing, and the thing that I can't do is embarrass myself in front of other people, or like I'm happy to. You guys know this. I love self-deprecation more than anything in the world. I love being like, I'll fix this. It's my fault. It's my fault. I'll fix it. But what I don't want to do is make other people feel bad for me while I try. So I'm going home to Colorado for a month, and my parents will be out of town. I'm house sitting, and so I'm gonna have a place where no one is around to teach myself how to jump rope, and that's my goal.
Wow.
Very exciting.
That's my summer goal. It's the cutest thing in the world. We will have to figure out what all of our summer goals are. We already know Renee's. That's cute. That's adorable. I love it. I'm actually surprised that you're not already doing it up, to be honest. Because I feel like when you were a kid, you were just skipping the ropes. No, not so much.
And what's the saddest is I used to coach CrossFit, and that is constant. That is always, it is always in the WOD for the day, always. And so to like demonstrate, so you like go around to be a coach for CrossFit, you like show it. So you do your cleans, you do your burpees, you do whatever, and then it was like, and then 50 jump. You guys know how to jump rope, you got that. And then I move on, and like, oh, it would be so silly for me to demonstrate. That'd be so dumb for me to demonstrate. Like, you understand what jump roping is. And never once were they like, can you do it? And I was like, certainly cannot. Nope.
I think Quit has a summer goal to swim go swimming 50 times, doing like professional swimming, something like that. All right. Okay.
I love it.
I don't have a summer goal yet. Y'all are way ahead of me. Renee, you killed it on this assignment. Way better than I could have ever.
And Stacey, you're so sweet. I think that I don't know if this is good news or bad news, but yes, I will do the show just from Colorado.
Reporting live from
Colorado. Let's see how Mom and Dad's Wi-Fi is. Let's see. It's gonna be fun. I'll figure it out.
All right, here is mine. Let's see. I have played Mario Kart 50 times at least.
Okay, got it.
I've seen the movie Clueless 50 times at least.
Okay.
In one single year, call me Jet Setter Jones, because I flew in an airplane 50 times.
Ooh. Gosh, these are all so probable. I don't know that I've heard you talk about Clueless. So Mario Kart, yes, definitely. You were on that cruise. That was a boat. Wait, one single year you flew 50 times, which would mean... But I don't know if you like Clueless or not. Ooh, this is tough. Get on uppers. What do you think? I think I have narrowed it down to Clueless and the plane. So, okay, Quit thinks it's the plane. Gotcha. Stacey, do you have thoughts on this? Do you think it's the plane? Also the plane. Okay. All right. Everybody thinks it's the plane. We know that you were well traveled, but we think maybe you took a boat, not a plane.
Oh, yeah. I guess it was in doing the math on this actually. So maybe it was actually 37 times. I thought that was my truth. I think it was high. I counted the amount of planes that I flew. So I was in Europe for the summer, and I was flying a lot around in Europe. And I came back for work, and I was flying a lot. I had a boyfriend in Europe, so I was flying a lot. So I counted, and there was transfers. So there was getting on is about 37 planes in a single year. So
that's a lot. Yeah,
and I actually don't know that I have seen Clueless 50 times. So maybe they're both lies, but I've seen it a lot.
Seen it a lot. Okay,
a lot.
So was the lie intended to be Mario Kart?
It was intended to be Clueless.
Is inclined to be Clueless. Okay, so you've seen it a lot, but not quite 50. Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
we love it.
See, I told you this wasn't gonna go well. And Quick's mom was born in Europe. Don't lie to me. That was me slapping the computer, not you. I would
all right, Will.
You're not Chris Rock. I'm not Will Smith. We're gonna talk about that actually later. Is right. Today I saw news.
Okay.
People are talking about how it's the worst thing that they've seen that happen in the Oscars, and I have some other ones that were probably also just as bad, if not worse.
Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, that's so quit. We believe you. Mom was born in Europe. Where in Europe? Do you know? It's exciting. And
Renee,
I agree. Love Fresh
I
Prince,
leave
yes.
you to take us to the next segment.
I'd love nothing more. I would love nothing more. Now let's see. Hold on. Let me see what the next segment is. Now I have that as Women's History Month, which I can't do because that's Jam segment. But I think we'll do it today. I saw. We'll do a little skip to Malou, and today I saw. Let's talk about the news. Now you know how this goes. You guys are keenly aware that I do the silly ones, and then Jam will actually bring you some heartbreaking news that's actually happening in the world. I have one good one. I have one like, oh, that's really interesting, and then this one is just fun for me. So there is. I'm curious, getting a person. Do you guys like national parks? Are you outdoorsmen? I love it. And so there is a big news headline that the world's biggest treehouse resort is opening near a famous U.S. park. Come on, this is everything I've ever wanted it to be. So for those who are familiar with Swiss Family Robinson, I think it's going to look a little bit like that. I'm not familiar with Swiss Family Robinson. I feel like that's an outdated thing. I feel like Tarzan would be a better reference for such a thing. But in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, they're making over 130 tree houses where you can stay. And I am saving up my money. The place is going to be called the Sanctuary Treehouse Resort. And the idea came from an intergenerational entrepreneurial Tennessee family. And I'm happy about it. I think it's going to be very cute. I'm very excited to stay in this place. A little tree house. I love it. So I'm just excited about that. That the ground has been broken to make way for these tree houses with which you can stay in the Great Smoky Mountains. So to Tennessee with me, I guess. Now I'm going to have a talk with the Tennesseans about some other elements that they're doing, which I do not care for. But as far as tree houses, you guys are doing it right. We're going to talk about your flags, but I like your tree houses. Great.
Well, look at that. Quit's going. Quit says, I'm going. Well, you lost Stace. Stacy's not an outdoors person, so I'm not going to join you on this. Right. This has been what a dream. I've always wanted a tree house when I was a kid. And there was a book, I forget the name of the book, but it was like these kids that lived in a tree house, and I was so jealous of them. I was so jealous. And actually there is, I'll see if I can find photos of it. Someone remind me. There is a in the town that I grew up in the Bay Area, Fairfield, there is a house. It's a tree house. It's a giant tree house. There's this giant tree, and they built a house up and around it. And I was always so jealous. It always a little kind of spooky because it was off in the middle of this field. But there's also incredibly jealous of these.
It just seems fun. It seems fun and cool, and I like it, and I'm going.
Get on up first. Did any of you have a treehouse growing up? Do we have any treehouse kids? I don't. Renee, did you have a treehouse, or anybody in the neighborhood have a treehouse?
Not at all.
In Colorado, I feel like that's commonplace.
I know.
I feel like y'all like, yeah.
You would think, but no, I can't even name a friend who had one. We had everybody had little play sets.
Quit had a treehouse. Wow.
Wait, is it everything we want it to be? Is it exciting?
Yeah, tell us all about it. I was jealous of Bart Simpson. Stacey did not have a treehouse growing up. Yeah, I didn't have. It's one of those things I thought I would have run into by now. Kind of like I would have sworn I would have run into somebody by now who's been on Wild and Crazy Kids. Remember that show on Nickelodeon? I don't know a single person. There are so many kids. I don't know a single person who's been on Wild and Crazy Kids. I was sure by now in my life I would know it, but I guess it was pretty much all kids in Florida. So I guess I don't know.
Florida kids. No, that would make sense. Okay. Well, and listen, the day is young. You may meet him today. You don't know. It's possible.
All right. Yes. Well, here we go. So I just have one big story. So why don't you give us one more, and then I'll dive in. I just have one thing I saw that I want to do a deep dive into.
Okay, it makes all the sense in the world. Well, yeah. Forgive me, guys. So two silly one, because I also had a heavy one, but I don't want to do heavy. So a lighter one, a little squishy one. Another thing about me. Can I tell an anecdotal story of why I'm excited about this news headline?
You absolutely can, and you better.
So, and I think this may have come up when we were talking about our breakups. I got dumped in Cancun, but while I was in Cancun, they released sea turtles. Because so what they do, so sea turtles come onto the shore and they lay their little eggs, and then it is difficult from the time that they are put into the sand as an egg. They're fighting for their lives because then like everybody wants to come, and not everybody, but other predators want to come and they want to eat the eggs. So what a lot of resorts do is they put a little protective cage over the egg nest so that no predators can get to them. And then once they start hatching, they make sure that they're safe there, and then they let the people at the hotel come watch when the sea turtles go into sea, and you just watch it. So first they had to survive the egg, and then they had to survive hanging out with their pals, and then they have to like crawl into the sand, and they're all climbing over each other. And then once they finally get out to the sea, then they have to like withstand the waves pushing them back. And then once they finally get into the sea, there's this little baby sea turtle trying to survive. So the tenacity and the persistence of a sea turtle is very inspiring to me. Now, is that because I was on the heels of a breakup? Sure, of course it is. But I just think
it's like you're that little sea turtle.
Exactly. So there's a lot to be learned from sea turtles, I feel. And so I'm over the moon to tell you that there is a 500% boom in the numbers of eggs being laid by green sea turtles. Because they were I think they weren't protecting those nests as much. The nests were getting gobbled up. And so now, because the nests aren't getting gobbled up, there's more sea turtles that are happening, and more sea turtles can create more eggs. And I'm thrilled about the whole thing.
To quote Jurassic Park and Ian Malcolm, life found a way.
It sure did. It sure did find a way. Was the way me giving the sea turtles a pep talk in 2018? Maybe. Who's to say?
I would say so.
I responsible for this?
Hope so. I would say so. I hope so. Thank goddess you got your heart dumped, so you were there to catch it. See? You were like, why is this happening to me? It's happening for you, Renee, so you could be there for the turtles.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, I think we're all ready. We've done cute. Let's do heavy. What do we got?
Well, let's just dive in. Everyone is talking about this Oscar slap. Everyone's, talking about it. I want to share something with you. Get on up first, because I think it's important for you to understand how different people see things and experience things. So I will say, and I think Renee, you did a great job covering this yesterday, and I really appreciate the way that you went into it. Because I talked about this before in the podcast, and if y'all don't know, they've done studies on this, that Black people in particular have something called linked lineage. So anything that happens in the limelight to a Black person, we feel it. So whether someone wins or loses, we're having a moment right now within the community of seeing, these two amazing, Black figures have this moment play out in front of this, sort of like a behind the closed family sort of moment for us,
Right.
And so there's a lot of hand wringing about how this was the ugliest moment that ever happened in the Oscars. Well, I would tell you, with the Oscars being 90 years old, and this is the 92nd Oscars or whatnot, they've had a lot of other ugly moments. So I just wanted to go into the time machine and explore some of these. There's a lot of just outrageous things that, or people are Kathy Griffin is oh, well, now hecklers will go running up to the stage and hit people and things like that. It's this. Even Chris Rock, you see his reaction. He's oh, I went too far, and they were gonna handle it. That you could see that it was gonna. It wasn't not defending anything. Hurt people. And to your point yesterday, I hate that. This. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars is gonna be the thing that this Oscars is gonna be remembered for. And Will Smith worked so hard for this Oscar. Something triggered him. That was childhood trauma. Just on the sleeve there, just absolutely on the sleeve. And it's so funny watching the clip, everyone thought it was a bit and had Will Smith, because he was oh, here comes Chris Rock was oh, here comes Richard Williams, because he was coming up there all angry, and there was a slap, and people were oh, this is a bit, oh, okay. And had Will Smith just not yelled what he yelled twice about keep my wife's name out of your mouth,
right,
then that's when people are oh, this is not a bit, and quite, I'm right there with you. Will Smith is also one of my favorites. I'm in the middle of his audiobook. Renee has purchased it. We've got some got some Smithies here, but it's gonna make a little bit. I need some time before I can go back and listen to the book because it's yeah. But here are some other moments that happened at the Oscars that were also really terrible. Like Mark Hamill was like, "This is the most terrible thing that's ever happened." Again, I think I found some other
a lot of white
ones.
people saying that. Kathy Griffith, Judd Apatow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just it's yeah. So let's be careful. Human beings have the Oscars have been around for almost 100 years. There's some other ones. So for example, so John Wayne, this was back in 1973. John Wayne essentially tried to assault Sacheen Littlefeather for talking about inequality and oppression. So here's what happened. In 1973, Marlon Brando boycotted the Oscars and he tapped this Native American actress and activist, Sacheen Littlefeather, to refuse his Best Actor award that he actually won for The Godfather. So he didn't even show up. He was like, you can accept this for me. And why did he do that? Because about the recent standoff between Native Americans and federal law enforcement at Wounded Knee. So Wounded Knee was happening, and he's just like, I can't go and accept an award at this time. So he had her do it for her. And, you know, it's pretty much for also the treatment of American Indians by the film industry, you know, how they were treated. And so there's a clip on YouTube. I wish we could like link things in show notes, but there's a clip on YouTube. She's very like goes up there, very gracious, and she's like, you know, Marlon Brando has this huge speech that he wants me to read. I don't have time to read it. I am going to go give it to the press. But she said, you know, Marlon Brando has pretty much said that, you know, he cannot come and accept this award because of the treatment of, you know, Native Americans. And there was this weird, like, boo and some applause. There was like a mixture about 50-50 of like boos and applauding about this thing that was happening. It was almost like, how dare you talk about like, you know, important issues. And my hat goes off to Marlon Brando. I had no idea. Like this man, like what an amazing sort of moment to say, no, let you take the stage, you speak. I can't go up there and have that. And then apparently afterwards, John Wayne, who like Mr. Cowboy guy, like went up and essentially like accosted her and people had to hold her back. And they were trying to like, he was trying to pretty much like attack her. And there was 6 security men who had prevented him from doing so. So there was that moment that happened at the 1972-73 Oscars. Yeah. I would say that's pretty.
So I see what you're saying. So these are moments you're just like, they may not have captured it on film, but this night has always been wild. Or some will be things that you've seen. Some will be things that you didn't see. So we don't have the footage of John Wayne accosting, right?
No, we don't. We just know what happened. Yeah.
Okay. So and then you also have night. This is just the first time you're watching it.
A wild night. Yeah. We've talked about this before. 1940, Hattie McDaniel, when she won for Gone with the Wind, her treatment was really bad. She was the first Black actor to be nominated and win an Oscar, and she wasn't even allowed in the ceremony. She had to like go sit and watch like in a completely different room. I would say, and that was pretty much captured on camera. That was a pretty terrible night for the Oscars. Seth MacFarlane, when he hosted in 2013, was such misogyny on everyone's in front of everybody. He pretty much sang a song about women who have been naked in films and making like, you know, we saw like this joke. I'm going to repeat it for morning television. And it's just so interesting. It's one of those things that like, we said this before. If we see something that happened before 2017, it's like a movie or TV show, chances are there's going to be some racism in it, sexism, things that like we kind of, it's not even know that we didn't have the vocabulary to be like, hey, or we were so engrossed in it.
Right.
And I'm like,
we just accepted it. This is something you have to put up with.
These women who didn't get naked in these films for the enjoyment of men. It was part of the art. And here he is doing this song and dance number at the Oscars about it. And everyone just like, yeah, this is great. Haha. Like, in 2003, Roman Polanski won the Best Director Award for The Pianist, and He wasn't present to accept it, but got a standing ovation. Roman Polanski, who is an abuser, he had to flee the country because he is such a terrible human being. And Hollywood in 2003, knowing all of this information, gave him a standing ovation. Harvey Weinstein, for decades, has gotten awards after awards, pretty much with Hollywood knowing this secret about what a terrible abuser and predator that he is. So let's calm down, everybody. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's calm down. This is not the ugliest moment ever happened at the Oscars. It's filled with ugly, terrible moments. I mean, Moon Knight. We also saw that moment where Moon Knight's award, like that debacle, like it's filled with it. So because humans are messy and you've got very lively humans together in a room, it's gonna get wild. So that was the point that I wanted to make.
No, it's such a good point. It's so insightful. It's yeah, I guess it's so interesting how blatant it needs to be for us to have this reaction, where equal offenses have happened, but they're less blatant, so we're less aware. It's thank you for doing that report. That's really, really interesting.
What you got, Renee?
Yeah,
take us to
I also have
Candyland?
a theory. This isn't fair, but my little white lady theory on it is that I think the coronavirus, maybe World War III, all the things in the news, I think is so intense and so that people are just clamoring for anything other than
something else,
than absolute devastation that's actually going on in the world. So I think this is a welcomed reprieve at the expense of a lot of people. But I don't.
But you know, it's so
think.
Well, I was going to say is that, you know, it's so interesting. So I was watching, I don't know, Get On Uppers. We talk. Is anybody watching? Does anybody have Apple TV? The Problem with Jon Stewart. I just discovered it and I'm working my way back. But he did this one on the media, and it's just so fascinating doing this deep dive into, because like cable news is just entertainment news. And so they won't even, like, if a story, like they do these minute by minute, they can tell when someone stops watching. And so they have like minute by minute ratings. And so sometimes they won't even cover. That's why you'll hear a story. You're like, that's why you're like, oh my gosh, there must be something else happening in the world. Why are we not talking about something else? If it's not good for ratings, we're not going to talk about it. And they would just milk something out of a story that it's like, okay, let's wrap it up. There's something else that's happening. Is there a kitten in a tree? Did it get saved? Like, what's happening with like the local community center over there? If it's not pulling in the ratings, they're just not gonna talk about it. And so this is why you'll probably will hear experts and panelists coming on and talk about this thing for, you know, the longest with no insightful sort of anything. And so, but Jon Stewart's point is, he said when he came onto the Daily Show, they wanted to talk about, you know, pop culture. And he was like, let me build the show that I want to build. And if I'm wrong, fire me. And so I just think having that integrity is really key and really important. So
he's the best. I'm so glad you're watching that. It's great. I think it's great. I think he's doing such a good job. I'm so glad he's back.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, same. Sorry, it's reading the comments.
Yeah, no, I get you. And quit. I get you. I am. It is so curious to live through this time and wonder what the takes will be with a little bit of perspective. Agreed. I hope we all are around long enough.
It's gonna be so interesting because we will be telling. I mean, goddess willing, knocking on all the things that we'll be telling people about, like what it was like to live during this time period, and like, oh, surviving the, you know, COVID, and like, you know, I thankfully have not gotten COVID, didn't get it yet, and you know, no, not a big issue if you have it, you know, and you survive, like you did it, you know. But it's just interesting the stories that we will tell through this experience. We're living through history. But
fascinating.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that your sister had COVID, but I think she got better. Hopefully she got better, and she's got that super immunity.
Doing good now. It's so curious now that it seems to be like, I think you might be my only friend who didn't get it, and maybe Sarah, our producer, but everyone else I know, myself included, got it when we all got it this year.
That Omicron
came to get us.
Omicron was like, before Omicron, I didn't really know a single person who had gotten it, but Omicron came through and she was like, and you, you're gonna have me. Oh,
so true.
She literally she Jennifer Hudson Dreamgirls us. She was like, I'm not going.
It was a premonition.
We thought coronavirus was done. Like,
yeah.
I'm not
Absolutely
going.
not. That's what that song's actually about.
And you're gonna get me.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I will say, even with all of my vaccinations, like, you don't want this. It's awful. I know. And then I got mad at everybody who's like, "No, it's not that bad. It's like cold." No, it wasn't. It was bad. I didn't like it.
Everyone is like, oh, it's just like a cold for some people. Well, I'm glad to hear that your sister's okay and that you didn't get it. Renee, I think you have one more little story for us. Is this true?
I know. I don't want to do that. Now that I look at it, I don't want to do this one.
Great.
Do you want to hop into Women's History Moment?
I do have a little itty bitty women's history moment that I would like to do. Sarah, I put a photo of there's a photo of Elizabeth Petrovich standing around a bunch of men. Can we put that photo up? Did I put it up there in the drive? Did it make it in? Okay, no, not this one. I think I had put one in the drive. If you get a chance, if you can, I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. I can throw it in the drive there in a moment just to double check. Just I saw this article that was really interesting about her and kind of like where you might have seen her before is she was at this document signing for this really important document. Yes, it is in the folder, Sarah. If you can, I can put the link there for it so we can show it. 'Cause I think it's a great way to get into her stories. So Sarah, I'll drop it there in the chat. If you want to click on that link, if you're able to, that would be fabulous. So yes, so I was there at this very, very important document signing. So it's Women's History Month here in March, and we like to go over just some amazing things that some of the women have done to help make our lives a little bit easier. So there's this photo that hopefully we'll get to see that it's her at the Office of Civil Rights on the 8th floor. It's her, and she's surrounded by all these dudes. And if you ever wonder, like, well, who is this woman here? Who was also there at the signing? She was there with these FBI directors, all these folks, and like, well, who's she? Well, she's Elizabeth Petrovich, and she was involved with the FHWA, or its predecessor, the Bureau of Public Roads, and in fact, she was she was so there she is. She was with all these guys, and she was doing some great work. I just wanted to show this photo, Sarah, so thank you. I appreciate it. You're a rock star. So she was born in Alaska on July 4th, 1911. She's a member of the Tignagiti Nation. So she is indigenous woman up there. So she was born in that nation. She was orphaned at a young age and adopted by Andrew and Jean Wanamaker. And they gave her the name Elizabeth Jean. So it was not her original name, but that is what the name that they gave her. Her dad was a fisherman and a Presbyterian. They raised her in Alaska, in Petersburg, Ketchikan. Oh, she was raised in both Petersburg and Ketchikan. She graduated from Ketchikan High. It's a fun name. Love that one. She married a man named Roy Scott Petrovich. So if you're like, well, how did her name get changed? There it is. Who was also a Tlingit, so also like indigenous to the Alaskan lands up there. He was of mixed Native and Serb descent. He worked in a cannery. So the family lived in Kalwak, and Roy was elected to 4 terms as village mayor. And so she was also there, like, helping him out, doing some good stuff. She was a member of the Presbyterian Church, and they were one of the first indigenous families in Juneau to live in a non-native neighborhood. And Roy Jr. was the first indigenous child to attend public schools there. So what happened was in 1944, while living there in Juneau, Alaska, Elizabeth and Roy encountered discrimination in their attempts to secure housing and gain access to public facilities. So they petitioned the territorial governor, Ernest Grunig, to prohibit public places from posting signs such as "No natives allowed," "We cater to white trade only," "No dogs," "No natives," which is so wild because if your sign is like "No natives," I think, well, who's already, whose land this was.
Yeah.
So you already know you're doing wrong. That's like me going over to Renee's house and putting signs up and being like, "No Renee's." And Renee's like, "But I was already here." No,
home.
I'm in here now, Renee. I put a flag down. Do you have a flag? Did you have a flag, Renee? Sorry, mine. I put the flag down.
I can go get a flag. Too late?
Nope, too late. I burned it.
Oh no. Oh boy.
Give me all your money. So this is what's happening. This is like,
yeah.
I don't even know what is. I mean, well, you know what? It is sort of like, again, glass houses. You look at the situation over in Ukraine and you're like, this seems familiar. This seems familiar, not excusing it, but I'm just saying, like, come on. All right. So with the help of others, Elizabeth and Roy, they drafted and introduced an anti-discrimination bill in 1941. It would fail to pass. Nevertheless, they persisted. As high-ranking representatives of the Native Alaska Brotherhood and the Alaska Native Sisterhood, the Petroviches used their unique position to bring attention to the issue of discrimination and to lobby Alaska lawmakers, the governor, and others to stop doing this and to advocate for the passage of anti-discrimination legislation. So, in one instance, according to their granddaughter, Betsy, they decided to invite a legislator to join them for coffee, taking the opportunity to plead their case. So they were like, "I'll just come over for coffee. By the way, stop doing all this racist stuff." That's what you do. Everybody loves coffee. Get them in there. Another. Boom. In 1945, representing the Alaska Native Brotherhood and Sisterhood, they would again bring an anti-discrimination bill before the Alaska Senate. Last to testify, Elizabeth took to the floor to deliver an impassioned speech calling for equal treatment for Indigenous peoples. She was like, "Y'all, we can stop doing this. Equality now."
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, in reaction to the bill, in the city of Juneau, Territorial Senator Alan Shattuck asked, "Who are these people, barely out of savagery, who want to associate with us whites with 5,000 years of recorded civilization behind us?" And then Elizabeth Petrovich, she responded. She don't exactly have the quote here, but she gave a passion response. And the Senate voted 11-5 for House Resolution 14, providing full and equal accommodation facilities and privileges to all citizens in place of public accommodations within the jurisdiction of the territory of Alaska to provide penalties for violation. So her speech was very moving because this guy was like, "Oh, you savages." And she was like, "Oh, really? Let me tell you what I think." And she let him have it. She let him have it. Yeah. So she had said at one point in the speech, she said, "Do your laws against larceny and even murder prevent those crimes? No law will eliminate crimes, but at least you as legislators can assert to the world that you recognize the evil of the present situation and speak your intent to help us overcome discrimination." And the gallery broke out in loud applause, and this is what helped lead to the vote. So she was really, passionate speaker.
Incredible.
So the bill was signed into law by in 1945, nearly 20 years before the Congress even passed the Civil Rights Act in 1964. So up there in Alaska, this woman's up like, okay, we're gonna do it up over here 20 years beforehand, which is pretty wild. And then Alaska thus became the first territory or state to end Jim Crow, since 18 states banned discrimination in public accommodation in the 3 decades following the Civil War. Not until 1955 would 2 more states, New Mexico and Montana, follow suit. So she has been, her testimony has been widely cited as a decisive factor in the passage of the historic Anti-Discrimination Act of 1945. And in 1992, Fran Ulmer, who represented Xena in the Alaska House of Representatives, who later would become Lieutenant Governor of Alaska, said the following about the Petrovich's testimony. Oh, it looks like we don't have that quote here. But thank you, Sarah, for writing these notes. Well, she said something really important.
Something real important.
Oh, here it is. I found it on over here. I have a different document that I have. She said she said the coin will be I guess there was a ceremony and a tribute, and there's this coin that they had, and they said the coin will be a lasting tribute to Elizabeth Petrovich with her relentless efforts to tear down the wall of discrimination against Alaskan natives. We will proudly produce this coin that honors the bravery and their determination. And there's a coin of her, and it has her on it. She's looking amazing. She kind of looks like this photo here. And there you go.
I absolutely love it. Extraordinary. Jam, every single one of these have been amazing and extraordinary. And I think testament of like, oh boy, the strength of these women is phenomenal. And I think resilience. All of them are brilliant. But the constant thread in this is just would that we could all have the resilience of these women that you've been reporting. They're amazing. Absolutely incredible. Now, Jam, I have to tell you, it is Trash Tuesday. So I would love to tell you about Renee's topic. The topic is Tom Hanks, but there's a story behind it. But there may be some beeping. There may be some beeping within my story.
Okay. So we love beep. Does that mean that there's some trash that needs to get moved out of here?
Yeah. I am keenly aware of it being Women's History Month. And I'm going to tell you about a straight white man. But I think that there are some really good lessons to be learned from this. And is it podcast based? Sure. But go with me here, because I think there's lessons to be learned, things to be like, oh, well, interesting. So here's a podcast that is on its third season called Dead Eyes. And it is about an actor. You can see him right here. His name is Connor, an actor who in 2001 was cast in a very tiny role in Saving Private Ryan. And then there was a little bit of, oh, wait, hold on. Tom Hanks needs to see you again because you have dead eyes, is what he was told. That was the information that he was given. So we need you to re-audition because of your dead eyes. So the podcast is called Dead Eyes. So he goes, he auditions for Tom Hanks again. Tom Hanks is perfectly lovely to him in the room. And then the role gets taken away from him. They cast somebody else. So the premise of this podcast called Dead Eyes is to find out what happened in that audition room that I was fired by Tom Hanks, the nicest guy in the world, for Dead Eyes. 3 seasons. So Connor has interviewed absolutely everybody to try to figure out what possibly could have happened. But eventually in the 3rd season, he got a hold of Colin Hanks, which is Tom Hanks' son. And then they got Tom Hanks on the show. And to listen to this hour-and-a-half episode, the amount of grace and integrity and accountability that Tom Hanks, he's like, honestly, I think, well, first he really, really lets it resonate of just like, I've been an actor too. I know exactly what that's like. And you should not have been told that you had dead eyes. He just does everything right across the board. It is just so good. And it is so comforting. And then he reports at the very end, he's like, I think it was probably your height. I'm sorry that you were told it was dead eyes. And it's just so because Tom Hanks doesn't owe this kid anything at all. Gave him an hour and a half of his time.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And spent most of it like perfectly apologizing of, I'm so sorry you went through that. I can only imagine. Here's an example of me that I can relate of how I felt that way. He talked about how when he was in Big, he thought he was like this big, this big star because he'd just done Splash and he could do anything he wanted to do. So he like strutted into the dailies dailies. Is that what it's called? What's the tape that you see after you film?
The dailies,
Yeah.
so just for the Get On Uppers, every day they have what they call dailies, where you can see what was shot that day, and usually the producers, the director will take a look at that. I, as an actor, I don't know, I do not like watching the dailies, but I can see how it's helpful, maybe.
Right. So he strutted in, and Penny Marshall, the director, was like, "You cannot be here." And he's like, "Yes, I can. I'm the star of the show." And she's like, "No, you can't, because you are going to hear things about yourself that you do not want to hear. We are going to say awful things about you that have nothing to do with you. It's just going to be like, oh, the eyesight was wrong on that. Oh, the height looks wrong on that. Oh, he looks chubby in that. Oh, that color doesn't work. Has nothing to do with you. It's just visually what this looks like. Sorry about the beeps. But he like allowed himself to like relate to like, I also, those things have also been said about me. That's just part of filmmaking. And it's so lovely, and it's so kind. And what was so interesting is after I listened to it, I found myself being more kind, more understanding, more generous, more gracious, more apologetic. So I can't recommend this episode enough. But in general, I can't recommend the practices of Tom Hanks enough. He's a good, kind person, and we all should be more like him. And
he's kind of like a living,
his
breathing.
Yes.
No, but he's a living, breathing. What's his face? Ted Lasso. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And
really
then the other photos that Sarah is showing, there's another episode on the Daily where they do a report about this New York Times editor. It was around the time that he was doing, what was the Mr. Rogers movie actually called? Lovely Day in the Neighborhood? Lovely Day? Neighborhood. Whatever the movie was called where he was Mr. Rogers. So this New York Times reporter was sort of given the assignment by his publicist of just like, hey, we need you to do like this big, piece on him. Is there any way the takeaway can't be Tom Hanks is such a nice guy? Is there any way you could make it more colorful and more great? And so she goes into this big thing, and she like starts crying in the interview because she's had a bad day. And Tom Hanks like struggles to like help her. And he's like, you know what? Actually, let's not call this a dark side. But I think something that I know about myself is I can seduce a room. I know that I can get my way through being kind. I can do it through being nice. And so then the reporter is just like, he's so nice that he even tried to give me a dark side, which he does not have. It's just really sweet.
Mr. Hanks. So he doesn't have it.
Yeah. So I think same as when you were watching a ton of BoJack Horseman and it got you real dark. If you immerse yourself in all things Tom Hanks, you're going to be better for it. You're just going to feel lighter. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel more hopeful. It's great.
Wow. Do I hear a rank it Tom Hanks films coming up soon?
I think you might. Yeah. Yes, please. Wow. Speaking of rank it.
Oh, Sarah's in. All right, we already have it. So I feel like maybe we should start off with, okay, Sarah, we got it. Our producer Sarah is like, yes, we have to do it.
Yes, please.
But first we're gonna do a rank it. How long is it gonna go? Because I have a meeting in 30 minutes. We're gonna be done in 30 minutes. Quit. So we'll be. I have a meeting too, so we're gonna be off.
We're gonna get you out of here by 8:52.
8:52. But we are gonna do. Sarah, I'm putting a photo in the chat for I think our first rank it. I think we should do the Golden Girls. We're gonna rank the Golden Girls. Because it's our 50th week. I mean, the 50th. It's our week where we've hit 50 episodes. We'll do this again when we do 50 weeks of shows. The 1 year anniversary mark. But in honor of our 50th show, which was yesterday, we're going to play a little game called Rank It. And your 50th birthday or 50th celebration is your Golden Jubilee. And we were thinking, like, what could we rank that's gold? We thought the Golden Girls. So how do you play Rank It?
Brilliant.
We like to use the Destiny's Child model for ranking things. You have something that is your Beyonce, your number one, the all-star, so great, so amazing. Then you've got your Kelly, second place. It's there, not your first. It's not that got that gold. And then you got third. It's on the podium. It's sort of like stumbled there. It's your Michelle. She's got collecting the paycheck. So what's your Beyonce? What's your Kelly? What's your Michelle? And we're doing the Golden Girls. And the sad thing is someone's not making the podium today. So it is a bloodbath.
It truly is a brutal list. But listen, them's the breaks. That's how it happens.
So get on uppers. We'd love for you to play. So you can just say into your device. You can, if you, hopefully you know the Golden Girls. Otherwise, you're like, who are these delightfully old ladies? Also, I just think about how the Golden Girls, like how we view older women. I do believe that these ladies were like in their 60s, which is
I
like
think even
not
younger than
like
that. There was a statistic that came out that Big Little Lies, all of the actresses in Big Little Lies are the exact same age as the Golden Girls were when they started. Yeah.
Wow.
I
I think we
know.
just have this false idea of like what older women were, because like
I know.
the mom, Sophia, she was like probably like, you know what, she's maybe like 70s. That means like her daughter must be like in her 50s. We just had a very false perception of like what older women were up to and doing. Because then you look at like Frankie and Grace, right? And they're like 80, 90, and they're still even more lively than these ladies.
Right. Yeah.
With this way they're able to dress and move around. Yeah.
We love it.
Said, who are the Golden Girls? This is a classic 80s TV show about 4 hilarious women who are retired and living together. So we have on the left-hand side moving, we'll go clockwise, starting in the left in the gold. You have that's Blanche, right? Yeah. Oh my god.
Let's see. In the golden, yes, Blanche. You got it.
Yeah, there we go. We got Blanche here. She's sort of the like sexy, flirtatious one. Up here at the top, we got B. Arthur. Oh, I can't believe I'm blinking on B. Arthur's character's name.
I believe.
Dorothy, who's kind of the like tough, grumpy one. Then we have Rose over here in the green, who's just the fun, silly one. And then we've got Sophia, who is Dorothy's mom. And Sophia is just the wise, cracking. And she actually was the youngest out of all of them, but they just put her in that old wig. And
isn't that hilarious? I love it.
And so we got Betty White over here in the green, who just recently passed away. Icon. So
Rose.
Kind of hard to play if you've never seen this before, but you can see how we shape these out. Renee, do you have your rank it? Who's your Beyonce?
You're right. This is tricky. This is so tricky. I think so this is just who I liked. I like Blanche the best. So Blanche is my Beyonce, which is wild. So Blanche in the gold.
I'm right there. I'm right there with you, which is actually Renee. Yeah, you're such a Rose.
I know. Believe me. I know. But I want to be a Blanche, and I think so long as no one else is threatening me, I will be the Blanche. But the second I feel like, oh, you need to be the leader, great, then I'll be the Rose, no problem. Do we want to do I go or you? Do you want to go?
I want to just hear all of yours.
You go. Okay. So
I always like just hearing
Blanche is coming in as Beyonce. We're so proud of her. Congratulations to Blanche. We love you. Then this is just genuine, like remembering watching it as a kid. Who got Kelly?
Yeah, this is tough. This
is tricky because now I have such affinity for Rose, but I think watching it as a kid, I was always annoyed by her. I was like, just come on, you're slowing things down. Stop it. I think this is crazy, but old 1980s, 90s me would like to report that it was Blanche for Beyonce, Dorothy for Kelly, and Sophia for Michelle. I'm sorry. Astonished.
Wait, go again. Repeat that again for me because my brain could not process it.
I know.
Okay.
Blanche got Beyonce.
Okay.
Dorothy got Kelly. And again, this is Renee's Renee's perspective. Got Kelly. And then Sophia, I thought Sophia was so funny. Sophia for Michelle. And then I was always annoyed by Rose, which is wild. Probably, you know what I bet it was? I bet it was a bit of a dark mirror. But it was me just holding up the mirror to myself.
This looks too similar. Let me go the opposite of me. Blanche. Right. Ooh, a little naughty. So fascinating. Stacey's Beyonce is Rose. So you and Stacey on opposite sides of this conversation. She went with the one in the green. Here's mine. I'm gonna go. Sophia is the Beyonce. She's the queen of the house. She's calling the shots. She's the funniest one. She's the queen. So I'm gonna give Sophia, our older one here in the red, is gonna get the top spot for me. And then in our second spot, I'm going to put Blanche as my Kelly, because she's, coming along. She's coming along there. And then Rose is Michelle, because Michelle to me is like clumsy, falling down, kind of just like barely there. And then Dorothy will be Solange. I'll make her my Solange roles.
Okay. Only fair. This is excellent. Great job. And what's nice is that everyone did get on the podium based off our two different lists. So between the two of us, you made a podium somewhere, which is nice. It's nice. It's nice for
everybody.
Tough one.
It's hard when there's four. Because it means someone's getting cut out.
What's happened there? I know. I am so curious about that. Gosh, that's so interesting. If you're up for it, can I take a little, like, just a quick therapy sesh if you're up for it, because we got a little extra time. It is something that I have realized about myself, is that I do think in every social situation there is a homeostasis. So there is a leader, there is like the peacemaker, there is the bozo, and then there's like the aggressor usually happens. And I will sort of assess the situation, and then whatever position is not taken, I will take. So I think in this show, you are the leader, you are the king, you are the star, you are the everything. So it's like, oh yeah, no, obviously I'm the Rose. But in my dog podcast, isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how we just sort of like assess the situation? I think a lot of people do assess the situation and then just take whatever position is left. I'm curious if anybody else does that. I am very quick to just take whatever role is not being fulfilled.
We kind of get on up as curious. Is there a role that you find yourself in often? Do you step up and you're kind of the leader, protector? Are you kind of the court jester, kind of comedian? Are you the helper person? What sort of role do you find yourself into? They're all important roles. I do love this, that Stacey chimed in that the wisecracking mother would be Stacey's Michelle. I do love that. So we've got,
I love that, Stacey.
So you're Stacey's Dorothy. Dorothy is the Beyonce. Wisecracking mother. Sophia is the Michelle, and then we love that. Oh, look at that! Aunt Tracy is all of the things.
All those things. Yeah, and some people
helper,
are
leader, funny. Yeah, that's so interesting, Renee. I bet that's too, like, while your Renee's podcast, Can I Bet Your Dog, has been running for 7 years. It is
almost
closing its doors. I'm so curious. It must be bittersweet though, Renee. It must be bittersweet. It must be a bittersweet experience.
Well, and I guess this can switch over to Get On Uppers, is when something ends. I think you're so focused on like, oh, good, I'll get that time back. But I almost started crying in last night's recording, which is only 4 from done. And then there is a notion of that, like, where do I belong type of a thing, of just like, I got a new job and I can't quite figure out where I fit in there. And then I'm quitting the show where I knew exactly where I was. Those like, so now I've just set myself adrift in space. And I'm like, somebody's going to have an identity crisis this summer, and it's going to be me.
Something else to come to fill that space and Get On Uppers. I'm curious if you ever left something by your own choice because you just felt like it was the time to move on. I'm in a similar boat. I'm wrapping up my podcast of 7 years as well, Minority Corner, and it's definitely a bittersweet sort of feeling. You have these feelings of like, am I doing the right thing? Why am I leaving this? Like I have, it's a steady thing. It works. There's income coming in from it. What am I doing? But it just kind of comes to like a bandwidth thing of, and now I get, while Ellen Pompeo has been doing Grey's Anatomy for, I think, 17 seasons, which is just really incredibly unheard of. And my hat goes off to her, because I'm sure there's so many people who've come and go from that show, and she's still on. And I don't know that the show continues without her. It might go a season like Scrubs did, but it's, when the main person leaves, it's, time to wrap it up. And so, but my hat goes off to her that she's continued to go, and she must have found ways to keep it fun and fresh for her as it's kept going. And what's her secret? I don't know, but
No, it's this interesting thing that we've both chosen to walk away. And when I was in New York, people who are just like, I'm just tired of doing my Broadway show every single night. I'm sick of it. And then they do not work again. So I think it is that I think it's that fear of just like, but also, I don't know, I held space for 7 years. I feel like it's probably time to share, but the doubt that comes with it is
something else will come through to make it space. And those people, those Broadway people who are like, don't ever work again, if they're open, the next thing that is right for them will come.
Exactly.
The right thing.
Yeah,
like it might come into a
100%.
different direction. Ain't nothing wrong with being a teacher. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because again, as long as it's bringing you, as long as it's bringing you joy. All right. It is Giving Tuesday. We want to jump into some Giving Tuesday here. So every Tuesday is Giving Tuesday here on Getting Up. We're gonna clue you in on some organizations to give to this Tuesday. One that I want to shout out to, and you can head on over there and you can give, $25 if you want, whatever it is. I would like to highlight today Doctors Without Borders. So Doctors Without Borders is a really great organization because there is so much happening in the world with the situation in Ukraine, but war is happening all the time. And so if you're looking for an organization that you can actually just continue giving a monthly donation to, Doctors Without Border is a really great organization. They are over in any sort of war conflict situation. They're over there risking their lives to help give medical attention to those in need, who are in conflict, to civilians. But honestly, anytime, if you're a soldier and you get, caught up and you get shot, you're a civilian at that point. You can't be, running around. So they're in this conflict right now over there in Ukraine and around the world. They provide independent, impartial medical humanitarian assistance to the people who need it most. They care for people affected by conflict, disease outbreaks, natural and human-made disasters, and exclusion from healthcare in more than 70 countries. Currently, they're in 72 plus countries and territories around the world. They have over 9.9 million medical consultations were given by humanitarian teams. Over 877,300 patients were admitted to hospitals or clinics around the world. So your help goes a long way. So I wanted to highlight Doctors Without Borders.
Look at that. I love that. Mine's sort of on par with that. Look at us. Look at us. I just switched my insurance. And oh my goodness gracious. Boy, every time you do that, you're just like, we don't have it figured out in America. This is a mess. Our healthcare system is so wacky, and what it covers, what it doesn't cover. And then once you discover, you're like, oh, okay, well, insurance used to cover that, but I guess it doesn't now, or it covers less. And then you find yourself so grateful, like, but I have a little job that I can pay for. And then you immediately find yourself thinking of like, what do the families do who can't afford insurance? Well, that is where a lot of non-for-profits come in, including the Assistance Fund. This is TAFcares.org, TAFcares.org, if you want to learn more about it. The Assistance Fund is an independent charitable patient assistance organization that helps patients and families facing high medical and out-of-pocket costs by providing financial assistance for their co-payments, co-insurance, deductibles, and other health-related expenses. They also are affiliated with an FDA-approved medication service so that they can provide a lower-cost medication. And it's just, if you're going through it, and then also my stuff is always just like, I mean, it's not. I won't die without this. So I think for the people who are just like, if I don't get this medication, I won't make it to tomorrow. Companies like this shouldn't have to exist, but they do, and they're doing some great work out there helping people out. So if you would like to help people who are having trouble navigating America's healthcare system, this is a great place to go help them out a little bit.
There it is, Renee, giving us the goods, helping out. People need medical help, and we're here to help them. So Giving Tuesday, everybody, and quick. Welcome back. Here we go. And Stacey's giving a recommendation.
Stacey, this is a truly helpful tip. I have downloaded this out. Are you familiar with this?
So this is an app called GoodRx. Is that what it is?
GoodRx.
GoodRx. Yes. GoodRx. I've heard about it. Walk me through it. Look at this.
Yes. Stacey, feel free to chime in and help me out. But yeah, so it's an app called GoodRx. You will go to the pharmacy will tell you how much the medication is, which is often astronomical. Then you download this app called GoodRx, and they will give you a coupon, the likes of which is often 75% off. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So GoodRx is also incredibly helpful.
Wow, look at that. All right. Well, I think we just created a new segment called Tip Tuesday, writing that down. Ladies History Month is leaving, so we're going to need something to fill it up. Tip Tuesday, where we just give tips Tuesday. Well, this has been such a delight. Quit, I got to say, as a new listeners, it's been just such a pleasure to have you today. Last thing from Stacey, GoodRx can help you save money on medications. So that's fabulous. That's such a great, it's so great because they get to be expensive, you get lower prices, as Stacey has mentioned. And it's so amazing. I love it. Well,
great. And I want to second that Quit, you were such a delight. We are so happy to have you here. Thank you. Thank you for joining the show. In addition to London, Carrie Mess, Temporary Dolphin. What a dream team this morning.
And what I learned is, I can be a little sensitive and quick to judge really quick. Quit came in off the bat and we were like, okay, Quit, what's this behavior coming out? You're like, it's not me, it's my Alexa.
Alexa just said it wrong.
We almost wrote you off in the beginning and you've been such a delight. So we hope you join us and come back. And Stacey, we hope I think we're going to see you tomorrow, Stacey. Think we gotcha. And London, Creamus, Temporary Dolphin, we hope you come back tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's hump day. So we're going to start off with what's your jam of the day or the week. We're going to talk about music tomorrow to kick things off. We've also got, I think it's our last Women's History moment, even though on the Thursday, we're going to do a Women's History review. What are our highlights? But tomorrow will be our last Women's History moment. We'll talk about some things that we see going down in the news. We'll also play a while in or working it. And then we've got, I think, a segment from Renee is about water slides, waffles, wells.
Yeah, who knows? Well, she'll figure it out by tomorrow. It'll be something. She'll figure it out by tomorrow.
And our next show, yes, Quit, is tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be back. We are here every day of the week, same bat time, same bat channel, 7 to 9 in the morning, Pacific time, 8 to 10 Mountain time, 7. No, I was doing so well. 9 to 7 Central time, and then 10 to noon Eastern time. And this is a new channel. It's Backchannel. And Renee, tell the listeners there's some more coming up.
So much more. There's so much more. After this, we immediately have Anthony Davis, followed by your pal Hal, and Mario Smith will be wrapping up the day. All the good things. Great. All the good things for you.
Just stick around. Major Buffalo and Rich just joined. Stick around. Another show's coming right up. We're going to get out of here so that show can get ready. But thank you all. Don't forget, go over to www.backchannel.tv. Leave a review. Let them know how much you love it. Leave that feedback. It helps people to find us. It's the greatest gift that you could give us. You thought the greatest gift was children? Whitney Houston was wrong. Greatest gift is reviews. Thank you for watching. Get on up. I'm James Arthur M.
And I'm Renee Colbert. And you just
get on.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Boo, boo, boo.